YouTube? It's Skatebreaker 505 here. I just wanted to document an issue that I have a recent item that I purchased. It's the new GoPro, well I wouldn't say new, but the GoPro Hero 2. I recently purchased this item from Walmart.com from a Black Friday deal. I got the outdoor edition. It came with, chose the optional, it came with a free helmet and a 32 gigabyte SD card. I received my item, and shortly after I noticed that I was having an issue. I was getting an error. So I investigated later about this issue, and I found out that I'm not the only one. A lot of people have been having recent issues with this particular camera. My particular issue is I was getting a no SD error, and so I went ahead and I went online, I googled it, and I found some type of solutions, and I even went online and I contacted GoPro about this particular issue, and still with no resolve. They have told me the things I've tried the firmware update. They had told me to go ahead and go on their website and download the newest firmware for the GoPro Hero 2, and I did so, and I'm still having the same issue. I haven't had a solid lead on anything as far as a solution yet, but I am starting to figure out some things that might be causing the issue, or rather the problems, through investigation and just basic troubleshooting. I'll go ahead and try to show you the issue I'm having, and go ahead and set my camera down. Apologize. This is the particular SD card that came with it. I don't know if you guys can go ahead and see that. Let me see if I can show you guys that. It's a Wintech FileMate Professional 32 gigabyte. It says 480 minutes HD on it, and I'm getting this type of an issue when I plug it in. Go ahead and stick this thing in there, and go ahead and power it on. And I get this issue right here. If you can see that, but no SD. This is the issue that I encountered with it, and a lot of people are having this issue. So I also I have two GoPro Hero 2s, and I recently ordered like a whole another kit online through eBay, and I received also a 32 gigabyte SD card with this one. This particular one is a SanDisk Ultra 32 megabyte per second 32 gig SD card, and it works fine. So I'll go ahead and show you what happens when I go ahead and stick that card into the same one that I'm having this issue with. So I'll power this down. Stick this SD card in, power on, and no issues. So I found this a little bit puzzling, considering that most people say online that as long as it's a 32 gig SD card and it's class 10, that it'll be okay, but apparently this Wintech is not up to par, and I'm having no issues with this particular SanDisk. So I noticed some other people online were saying that it's particular format. You need to format your GoPro. Go ahead and go through the steps to the options and the little delete or the trash bucket and format your SD card. The only issue is that when you try to go ahead and do that, you can't format it. You cannot format the SD card with on the actual GoPro when it's giving this particular error, no SD. So you go ahead and go through the menu, See if you guys can't see that. Sorry about that. So, show you this. Get some good lighting. So I'm getting no. Crap. Full. What the fuck? Well, I can't even get to that setting. So normally I'm able to go ahead and go through the settings to where it goes to the actual particular trash icon, and it just says you cannot format it because it doesn't recognize it. Pretty much it thinks that you don't even have an SD card there. And see, no difference, no SD card. So you can't format an SD card when the camera doesn't think that there's any SD card in there. So I went ahead and I got some information online that said you can go ahead and format it through your computer. So I went in and I tried that. The steps you need a computer. Here's my channel, Skatebreaker 505. If you have a reader, you just go ahead and particular camera or my particular computer. Stick it in there. Go to whatever computer screen you have. You're gonna go ahead and right click on it, and you get an option to format. This particular one, I've heard of people saying that this particular FAT default. I've tried all particular options of this, NTFS, EFAT, and none of them seem to work. And I really don't think this particular format is an issue, because if you guys see, when I take the other one, the other SD card, the SanDisk, and I plug it in. Oops, sorry. I suck at filming. Alright. So I stick that in there. And same one, I'll show you. Close this out. Right click, format. It has the same format, FAT32 and 32K. So obviously it's not an issue with the format of the SD card, so I don't know if that's my particular issue or if it's everyone else, but I sincerely think that it might be an issue with the actual SD card. So my particular conclusion is that the Wintech FileMate Professional 32 gig SD card for the GoPro Hero 2 is just not a good SD card, and I would recommend that you get a more high quality SD card such as this SanDisk. I'm going to eject it. Such as a SanDisk, and you shouldn't have an issue. And also, which is kind of weird, I've tried a 4 gigabyte. It's actually in my camera right now, but I had a 4 gigabyte class 6, I think it was, SD card that worked just fine as well on my Hero 2. So I just want to throw that out there for everyone who is troubleshooting, having the same type of issue as me. And so I hope this video helps you, YouTube. And if I'm gonna probably purchase another 32 gigabyte SD card for my other one, because I got 2 right here. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and purchase another SanDisk, and hopefully that'll solve my issues. And just want to say peace on the streets, son.